What's up, traders? Welcome to live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard, your trading coach. We will be doing a live trading session and live analysis, live discussion on trading psychology and everything technical analysis we will do in this live session. And also, if there is any trade coming up on the way, as this is the first day of trading week, we know that there could be some good trading opportunity, though some part of the world is today on holiday, but still we have some movement in the market. So before I begin this session for this upcoming time, make sure guys you smash the like button and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't done yet. And also don't forget to use the live chat if you want to ask any question or if you want to share your idea with other members in this channel. So we'll be looking at, first of all, as usual, starting with the gold price today. As you know that gold, what we see that the price is doing exactly according to the plan. We see some movement to the upside, creating a series of higher low. This is what exactly expected in our analysis in previous in our weekly forex forecast, in all the analysis. So what do you see that currently, if you look at bigger picture, if I like all the analysis we'll do first, starting with the higher time frame to see which way the market will be heading. Now looking at, first of all, monthly perspective on gold, what we see that for gold from the monthly perspective, this is in fact starting of this a monthly impulse, followed by it has come to a zone where it has been corrected. Now with that correction, we see that primarily now gold is bouncing back up, which is very usual. After a Fibonacci level, we can expect now a bouncing to the upside. Now at the same time, this is the weekly opening. You can see that after the previous weekly rejection from this support zone, we see this week the price after opening trying to boost, trying to push the price high. Now what I think that gold, highly likely we could see a retest of this doji here from the weekly perspective. This is a very important liquidity zone or an area of value. And what I think that as you can see, this long-term market on gold is bullish, and what I think that gold will have a bounce to the upside. Now if I look at the daily, there is a pin bar. This is the last day of trading week, followed by today we saw a gap opening also. So what I am expecting on gold to give us some bullish trading opportunity. We do have opened a trade on gold and later we closed because of this low volatility, but at the same time maybe we can find a trade on the lower time frame because the market is a little bit of choppy, but that's good that we can plan ahead what might be happening next. So for me, gold looks like that little bit of bullish move, and slowly we could see some movement to the upside. So if we look at the 4 hour, what we see that basically this is the impulse on the last day of trading week, and with that impulse we see gold as expected created an inverted head and shoulder. Now for me, I can see that this is the trend line on the lower time frame on gold. This trend line was being respected for quite a while. So if we draw that line, what I will be really happy to see gold from the, especially from the lower time frame, giving us a very strong bullish trading opportunity. But to do that, we need to see a strong liquidity gap, a retest of this level to the upside. Now this is 1 hour chart. You can see I'm looking on the chart, and you can see that so far the bulls tried to break this high. Okay, this is the high. There has been another new 1 hour candle has been created on gold, but what I will be really happy to open is that what I'll be wanting is gold to come down for a deeper retracement and then to give us a bullish move. The reason is this market, you can see that though it has created an inverted head and shoulder in this level, so there are two probabilities now on gold with the respect of 1 hour chart is for gold to come back down, grab liquidity and then break this resistance. Another probability is for gold to go ahead and continue to go up. So because the price is approaching this resistance zone, it is important for us to see how it is doing. What I think that this is, I'm just looking at now on the 5 minutes time frame, you see quite a big gap opening here as well. Okay, so from the very lower time frame in 5 minutes, we see that basically the price was following this trend line. Okay, so it is not exactly the way it is, but something like that. So basically we need to see either break of this level and then continuation to the upside, or we need to see retreat back and then grab liquidity from this support and then to continue to go up. So there are a couple of scenarios that we can consider on gold. First, let's see how it is doing. Okay, but as I mentioned that the market a little bit of choppy, so we need to basically be very, very cautious before we open, if we're in any kind of position. Okay, so we'll keep eye on it. Let's see what's happening in the market. In the meantime, let's see what other instruments are doing. Thank you very much for, hi sir, how are you? Sajid, thank you very much. I'm good, thank you for asking. Gold, sir, explain. Yeah, absolutely, Kakulan, thank you. So gold looks like that moving in a sideways with a bullish flavor in it. So you can see that every session the price was creating series of higher low. So that's a bullish move we discussed about the gold. Let's look at GJ. Now GBP I'll be looking at first of all daily. Now daily perspective on GBP for me, a very good place for opening buy position will be probably this is the zone where the daily 20 EMA. Okay, so why? Because this is the weekly chart on GJ. Let me delete all of them and then let me show you. So you see that GBP there is a bullish candle has formed on the weekly. Okay, it's the bullish engulfer weekless candle. Now what I think that if we look at overall market structure on GBP, this is the weekly chart and this is weekly level of support here. Okay, if we look at the daily, okay, now with respect to the weekly, if we compare the daily, what I see that GJ from this, so basically the price was moving on GBP along this resistance line. Okay, so along this resistance line GJ is moving, and if I look at further lower on the 4 hour, we see that this resistance line, and from that zone we see some movement coming to the downside. And what I'll be really happy for GJ is you see that this is the daily 20 EMA and also aligning with this previous resistance zone. Okay, this is the previous resistance zone. which is turning support here with Gbpjpy, and that is the zone that I will be really looking for a potential bullish setup. And what I think that now the way the price action is forming on GJ, okay, is that the price slowly melting down, okay, and highly likely the price will come back down here, okay. The way it is forming, we could see some drop in this instrument, highly likely to happen. The way it is forming now, you can see the price failed to create a new higher high on Gbpjpy, and because of that we could see now the price might break the daily's support zone and coming to this important level of previous resistance zone, turning support. And what I think that from this level we could see some bullish move. So this market, because this resistance that we see is a very strong level of resistance, and we may not be able to, the price may not be able to break this level of resistance from this place, instead of coming to this zone, grabbing liquidity and then going up. So this is what we will be waiting on Gbpjpy, for the price to come back down, test this previous resistance here, okay, which is turning support here, and then to move up from this level. Okay, so you might say, okay, then why shouldn't I short? Because it's almost 125 pip below, right? The reason is I'm not going to short is because the market is bullish. Trading against the trend is not at all a good idea. Anytime we'll see some, spike to the upside. So GJ, I'll keep aside to see how it is doing. But in case, let's say early today I have posted analysis about Gbpjpy about creating an inverted head and shoulder. If that's the case, if we see Gbpjpy along this zone created a strong inverted head and shoulder and significant bullish price action, then we will be going long on Gbpjpy in that case only. So looking at some other instrument, just looking at all of them. Okay, so we see that most of the USD pairs, such as GBP USD, Euro dollar, okay, due to the holiday in some part of the world, especially in the New York, in the USA, we could see some sideways movement, okay. But let's look at completely on the lower time frame to see if we can enter any kind of trade. And if I look at the euro dollar, with that respect, there is a very important level of support here on euro dollar. There's a nice looking double bottom here, okay. And euro dollar is approaching this support zone, okay. If we see any kind of rejection, then we will be entering trade on euro dollar, okay. This is some of the pairs. Okay, let's look at NZD/USD, guys. So what I see that on NZD/USD, if I look at the monthly, this market is significantly bearish, especially from any other instrument. I see that NZD/USD is very weaker. This is the weekly candle that has this is a very long bearish engulfer on the weekly. Okay, the price has crossed this doji's high on the weekly. Okay, and with that crossing of this high, the price grabbed liquidity, and then we saw that this long bearish engulfer has formed that has crossed the low and also crossed the high of this narrow doji and closed as a bearish engulfer. Now after this kind of bearish engulfer, this is very high probability that we will see another one down at least certain level. But at the same time, if we look at here, we see there is a support here on NZD/USD, and also there is a very important level of liquidity zone here with this doji on the weekly, and with this gap here, we see this is a very high liquidity zone. And what I think that NZD/USD, after testing this level, we will see a drop on this one. So if I look at again daily, we see this zone that we have drawn. This is the swing low here, which is turning resistance. And at the same time, if you closely look at, you see that last day of trading week, there's weakless candle on the daily. And what I think that today at some point we could see this level is broken, tested this zone, and from here we could see that NZD/USD has a bounce. So from the 4-hour perspective, what we see that this is the current sessions candle which is trying to push up, and the price is approaching that level that we are expecting the price to hit. So what I think that NZD/USD also slowly trying to create some bullish move to test this level, either from here, this dotted line, you can see this is where the daily swing low here, turning resistance. That could be a very important level where you can find suitable selling opportunity on NZD/USD. Right, so this one also we could potentially see. Let me draw the weakless candle on the daily. So any of this level, there is also a zone here on the weakless candle, which is also aligning with 4-hour 20 EMA. Will be a very important area of value for NZD/USD. Okay, so NZD/USD from daily perspective around 0.6269 could be a very important area for potential selling opportunity if the price is reaching there. Okay guys, in the meantime guys, make sure you give a big thumbs up, like this stream. It really helps me to stay motivated. That's really, and also once you like and subscribe, the video is shown more aggressively to the top of the search engine, and you are helping the channel. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you so much. No problems, Davis, amazing. Check US30 for me, sir. Absolutely, look at it. This kind of days are very important guys, because tomorrow you can see that there are some very good news coming up, and that news will give us a really good trading opportunity, and we can discuss a lot of things in this live session. Let's say tomorrow, two important news coming: GBP, CAD, USD, 3 of them. Okay, so basically it's all tomorrow. GBP 8:30 p.m. Sydney, and the same day USD and CAD in early morning. So very volatile day coming up guys. So let's see how it might do today, also how it is doing, because keeping the in the front tomorrow's news, so you could see some good movement in the market. And it's predictable. Some, let's say, the pairs that giving us news, GBP, CAD and USD, if you combine all of them, USD CAD, GBP CAD, GBP USD, that pairs will be really volatile because of the news coming up. So I'll look at all of them one by one. DXY bullish fundamentally, why gold is not bearish. I'll look at it. There is my Forex magic morning. Thank you, Alan. I love the compliment. Thank you for that. Coach CAT CHF, sir. Yeah, CAT CHF look like bearish. I'll look at it. Hello, thank you. Good opportunity to buy natural gas. I'll look at it. I opened long position on max USD Mexican. Please analyze. Good. Thank you. GU, absolutely. Good evening, sir. How are you? I'm good. Thank you very much, Latif. Hi, sir. Dollar yen, please. Absolutely. Sir, can you please verify right now the gold is making reversal pattern, bearish rising wedge, and 5 minutes. The level 1850. Okay, very long. Let me look at. For me, that if I look at the 5 minutes, you see gold now purely in a sideway, right? And what I think that, okay, due to the current market situation, what I think that we might see gold some more sideway movement in this 5 minutes or lower time frame, and then we could see a spike down, and then we will see probably highly likely that a bullish move. Okay, because you see that if you closely look at, you already see the price was moving along this, right? So we could see to come to break this low, and then we might see that gold creating a bullish move. So the way it is forming here is a sideway, okay, and it is facing this resistance line here. Okay, so there is one resistance here, a strong drop, and then again another resistance, a strong drop, and this is resistance. So every time the price break this kind of resistance and then have a very strong rejection on this. Then catch the GU analysis. Yeah, absolutely, look at it. USD bank holiday. Yeah, okay, so let me look at the US30, guys. What's happening with this one? Now US30, if I look at the weekly, you can see there is a long doji on the weekly that has in fact a good amount of liquidity gap in this resistance zone here on US30. Okay, and with that liquidity gap, with this doji, now this week the price as soon as open slowly coming down here a little bit. Now if we look at the daily, what I think that today we might see some downward movement or a doji, and slowly we could see that some movement to the downside on US30, because if you closely look at, you see that this market basically creating something like that. Okay, so we see some along with other instrument like gold, and with the strengthening of DXY US30 could have some downward move, but at the same time, as I mentioned, that this market is still not fully predictable, because if you look at the monthly, very narrow candle on the monthly, okay, very narrow range in this market over the month. You see back to back 3 weeks dodgy. So dodgy means indecision. Sometimes it becomes very hard for you to understand which way next is moving, but slowly what I think that it will drop first, breaking all this low, then you could see that market is bullish. But because if you look at the weekly, this is an impulse, and with this red candle correction, another impulse, now it is consolidating like that. So from here we will see the market probably highly likely that US30 will come to this support here, okay, and from that support, okay, we'll see the market will break down here, probably will break this low, highly likely, and then from this support we will see that US30 is bouncing back to the upside, okay, like this. So that could be very high probability trading opportunity on US30. So looking at US oil, okay, so what do you see that US oil, looking at monthly, okay, so from the monthly on US oil, what I see that basically this market every month the price is creating series of lower high, consistent drop, okay, every month series of lower high. So long term downtrend from the monthly. If you look at weekly, the last week's candle is in fact a long bearish candle on the weekly, and this structure here on the weekly, you can see there's a big impulse and then consolidation, and now the price is again rejecting. Now if you closely look at, you'll see that consistent liquidity gap. There is one here, quite a few weekly candles has a strong liquidity gap. This is the last week's candle, also crossed 2 weeks high, grab liquidity and then rejected. Now this week, today, what we see that slowly going up, which is a good sign for us for a potential bearish trading opportunity. Now this is the daily chart on US oil. We see there's a pin bar that has in fact that cross couple of dodges high and followed by a drop. Now today what we see that basically the price is slowly pushing high, which is very good sign for us for potential selling opportunity. And from this daily 20 EMA, what I think that US30 highly likely testing this level, we'll see that the price probably will continue to drop in this day, and you can see this series of lower highs been created. And as you can see, US oil has the daily support zone here, and with the daily support, the price creating series of lower high, it's a sign that the support will be broken. So we'll see some drop like that, and then what I think that this market will continue to drop in this direction. So this is what we'll be looking at on US oil, potential selling pressure coming up on this one. Okay guys, in the meantime, as I mentioned guys, tomorrow there will be quite a few good news coming up, and we'll have quite a few trade coming up on the list. If you want to learn our strategies and also trade with us in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy, there is a link in the description area. You can visit us and join us to become an independent trader and also to learn our strategies along with all the tools and also all the trading tools that we have, including this TF strategy indicator available for all the students who are lifetime member in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy. Will be able to access this indicator as well. This is our TF strategy or trend following strategy translated into a Pine script, available for you to have, and along with all the supports that we have. So there is a link in the description. You can join us to become an independent trader. If you have any question, you can ask the live chat agent, available all the time in the website. So let's look at the chat to see how it is doing. Okay. Okay, so let me look at euro dollar. Okay, so as I mentioned that, like, let's first look at DXY and then we'll jump on again euro dollar, just to see a glimpse of dollar, how they are doing. DXY. Now DXY, looking at daily. Okay, what we have seen that after the breaking this daily pin bar, okay, this support, DXY has been rejected to the upside. Okay, now there is a gap opening on DXY on the daily. It's the gap here. Okay. And what we see that basically now this is where main thing is weekly. You have seen my weekly forecast also. This is what I mentioned, that DXY, you can see there is a doji or a middleman has formed, and this candle on DXY, it has crossed the previous weekly low completely. Okay, now there is a huge significance in there's a liquidity gap. You see that I always talk about, guys, liquidity gap, but I want to know you guys understand it. Let me know how many of you are fully aware of understanding the liquidity gap. Trust me, this is the secret of all the profit that I make in trading is from understanding the liquidity gap. Now, as I mentioned earlier, guys, okay, is that normally, okay, my philosophy is, you know, that a smaller account, okay, turning into a big account. As you know that this is my real account. You see that I just started with 5,000 in one account. I have multiple accounts, as you know that. I'm just showing you that it's turning this 5,000 already in 1 week, 6,300, and my goal is to take it to 20,000, 30,000, as much as I can. And you'll see in this live session. Okay, this is the real trading, guys. As I told you, the trading is freedom. Okay, in a $5,000 account, if I gain 1,300 in a week, just to show you, I have a couple of accounts that I copy all the trades, but just as a presentation, why should I worry about anything or anyone? As I told you, the trading is freedom. Okay, it's like a legalized machine where you can print money, but the thing is that to be profitable, okay, the only thing that a trader must do is the patience. Okay, patience is the key. And trading, there is a lot of, you know, when I started, even these days, I see there's a lot of negative connotation about trading and a lot of stuff. But as a matter of fact, let's say this is the easiest business that one can do just with a mobile phone or a PC. Any business that you want to do, you need a lot of, you know, that a lot of, what I can say, you see, this is my street that the trade that I took. A lot of capital, a lot of growth, a lot of headache, but the trading is where simplest way. So then what is the best thing that you need to be in that place where you don't have any worry about finance? That financial freedom is in fact everyone's right, and unfortunately school will not teach that how to gain the financial freedom. And that's why this academy is with the intention to help trader to gain financial freedom, because this is the part that I struggled a lot in the early life, to gain financial freedom, going to a job that I didn't like. Sometimes that not only like probably that couple of jobs that I did I didn't like, or stressful, not being happy, struggling, even couldn't sleep at night. And over time this trading changed my life. Okay, not every aspect of my life. So I love this, that it's early, 12 a.m. in morning in the Sydney, and I might be until 4-5 a.m. in the morning, but I love doing it, right? So because of this, that's the dream that I have. So that's what I'm telling you guys. Don't worry about the capital. You might say, okay, I need a big, or no, you don't need a big account size to trade. You just need is patience and right guidance. And this is where I'm committed to give you the max, that the best trading education ever possible, if you are ready to take it. So ask me any question about trading psychology. If you want to know more how you can improve, how you can develop that, then we can go from there. Exactly, I know what you are asking for. So DXY, you can see that if I look at the daily perspective on DXY, what do we see? That basically first let's look at the bigger picture, monthly. Now from the monthly, this is a matter of debate, either it's going up or down, right? Because long-term picture historically bullish, but at the same time we saw a drop here, right? So the way we can look at now, there is a long week on the monthly here, and highly likely this price will test the half of this monthly long week. Okay, and what we see that basically the price is primarily rejecting from this resistance zone on the monthly. If I look at the weekly perspective, we see that this is what I was talking about, that there is a doji here and there is a liquidity gap. Let me look at the chat, that how many of you responded about the liquidity gap. Okay, let me know about the liquidity gap so that I can clarify it and then move forward. Gold, sir, gold, yeah, absolutely. Gbpusd, please, absolutely, look at it. Will there be any movement in gold? Gold looks like that little bit in a sideway. We'll talk about it. So liquidity gap that I was talking about, first I want to see some responses from you guys, and then I will jump on the liquidity gap. I'll pause it here and then we'll go from there. Firstly, in the meantime, let me look at the gold. Okay, so again jumping back, what I think that today we may not see much volatility in gold, because tomorrow, as I mentioned, there is a GBP news is coming up that will move the price gold very aggressively. So let's look at GBP USD to see now what I think that, guys, GBP USD, the way it is doing here. Okay, you can see on the 4 hour there's an impulse. Now it is consolidating, right? Okay, now it is a very crucial point to see what it is doing. Either it is creating an inverted head and shoulder and breaking this high going up, or another probability is keeping this lower high, okay, in this downtrend, slowly molding this price in this direction and then dropping. So which one is gonna happen? That's the question right now. For me to decide either to buy or sell Gbpusd, the first thing that I will be doing is, if we see, let's say the price has grabbed liquidity here, created a false breakout and then strongly rejected, then we will be selling this market. On the other hand, if we see the price is creating a strong bullish move here, okay, we'll see from the price action, then only we'll be buying. At this point you see it's a purely in a sideway, and it is almost impossible for you to know either to go this way, to go that way, until we see a clear price action. Both of the probability is possible on Gbpusd now at the moment. Okay, so for the liquidity grab that we talk about, let me go back to DXY to explain what it might be doing. Okay, so you see that DXY from the weekly, the price crossed this weekly low and closed as a doji, right? So that's a liquidity grab. Now what's that liquidity grab is basically the fuel. Okay, let's say you have a car, okay, now this car will run with a fuel, right? Liquidity is the fuel. So without a fuel, can you imagine driving a car? It will not move, right? Liquidity is fuel. Now what is in fact a liquid? It's the volume that traders trade in the market. Now why it is important to know is because once you know this concept, you will know the secret of market movement, how the market moves. I'll create a separate YouTube video, guys. Make sure you subscribe and also press that bell button. There's a lot of content, that exclusive content that I release almost every day, every week. So if you didn't subscribe, do it now. Give a big like and also press that bell notification. So what I will see that liquidity is basically, let me give you a clear idea of how you can understand. Once you understand, trust me, it becomes much easier for you to understand how the market moves. Let's say a market, okay, created a movement to this resistance line and then rejected from here to this support level and again has gone up, right? Now from that zone you could see again rejection. Now what you saw that, now like, you know how the market moves, everyone is trading, right? So you could see that, like everyone else, you also thinking that okay, this market is dropping, I'm gonna short this market. You short this market. You know that from this resistance the price is rejecting, means it will come back again, will reject again, and you put it to stop loss above this high. Probably you target 3 or 4 or 2 times profit on this one. Okay, you put like that. Now what happened is that next time the price has gone up, triggered your trade, and then slowly the price has gone up, hit you to stop loss, and then has come back down. Okay, now when you see this market, you see something like that. You see that there is a resistance here and the price has crossed that resistance and then has broken down. So this is what we called a liquidity gap. And why it is so important is because the market moves according to liquidity gap. Okay, the reason is, see, that the market mover is the big boys like the hedge funds, institutional traders, banks. They move the market. Now they buy or sell with a big volume in it, right? With a big bulk quantity. Now, as a retail trader, let's say if they want to sell, they need buyer. The market is a transaction between buyers and sellers, right? So if there is a buyer, you need a seller. Now if they, let's say an institute, a bank want to buy a big volume, right? Now as a retail trader, one of them is equivalent to, let's say, 100 or thousands of retail trader, and they don't find a buyer when they want to sell. So what they do is, when you let's say when they are selling, you are also selling. So when everyone is selling the market, who will be buying the market? It's a problem, right? Because if there is a very disproportionate buyers and sellers in the market will move disproportionately. So to balance the market, there will be always a balance between a buyers and sellers. So once you, let's say you sold, they also sold, and your stop loss in fact is a buy order. This is the main secret that you need to understand. When you sell, your stop loss is a buy order. Again, when you sell, your stop loss is a buy order. So what they do means, like, it's not something conspiracy theory. This is the way the market moves. So what will happen is that, let's say you sold, everyone sold. If the price goes up, hit your stop loss, that is, you are forced to be a buyer. So you sold the market, instead of selling, you forced to be a buyer, and they sold the market, and then the market started to drop. Okay, and this is where the big moves happen. All the big moves happen after a liquidity grab. Why? Because when there is a liquidity grab, the market has momentum in it. Okay, so with that said, let's jump back to DXY. We are in a DXY on the weekly now. So to understand when liquidity grab happen, you need to understand where is the liquidity in fact. So below this weekly candle, there is a huge liquidity in it. Okay, and the price has come back to that zone, grab liquidity, and then has gone up. So that's the sign that DXY might have a bigger move in the future to the upside. But at the same time, the price, you can see that the bulls couldn't make a big move. Instead, we had seen another rejection. So what you could see on DXY, for the price to come back down again to test some part of this and then to go bullish. Okay, so looking at daily, now there is already a daily rejection. Now we see that today the price is not moving much. We see that there is some sideways movement is happening on this one. What highly likely to happen, what I think, that after this, the price highly likely will come back down here along this 20 EMA on the daily, where there is a previous support zone here, and from that support zone, what we could see that the price highly likely will grab liquidity on the daily, and then we'll have a rejection to the upside, and that is where I will be waiting for potential. So with that in mind, what we could see on DXY, some drop, and from this level we could see a bullish move. Okay, so this is what I would see, that DXY is showing bullish move. What's your thought on AUD/CAD? Okay, we'll look at AUD/CAD. Okay, AUD/CAD from the daily, weekly, monthly, okay, AUD/CAD, what I think that You can see this market on the daily perspective. There has been an impulse. Now price is consolidating. The way it is doing, what I think that UDCAD, we could see some break to the upside. Probably along this resistance we will see again drop. So the way it is doing now, you can see that every, like, the price is respecting this support zone and creating a higher low. And with that movement, what you could see on a UDCAD is going up to this resistance level, highly likely something like that, and then we could see again another impulse has started down. Okay, so for the time being we could see some bullish move, but what I think that a UDCAD finally will drop because it's a long-term bearish market. Okay guys, let me look at Okay, so you remember guys, last trade that we took on a USD was a very good trade, and also previously we had a trade on gold. Let's see today if we find any trade, then we'll jump on this. Now I see that NZD USD could be a good trade for shorting if we see the price in the right place that I'm waiting. On NZD USD there is a daily resistance level here with this 4-hour 20 EMA. Okay, if we see that NZD USD has reached this level on the 5 minutes, we might find a trade to open. And the reason I picked NZD USD is because if you look at here, you see this is the daily candle, the previous day. There is no wick at the top. Okay. Also guys, I want to know before I proceed further, how many years you are trading. I want to know your trading career timing. What's your trading time, like how long you are trading? Can you let me know in the chat? I want to know more about you. This becomes easier. Okay, so you see that basically NZD USD facing this resistance zone here, and this is a very important level of resistance with this wickless candle on the daily perspective. If you closely look at it, you see there is a wickless candle. From here, highly likely that we'll see a strong rejection. 7 months Danny, very good. 2 months Jane, very good. Trade about 2 years, so along quite a few years, very good. 2.5 years, amazing. Alois, I have started trading 1 year ago exactly, and I'm still not in consistently profitable trader, trying to improve soon. I like to join your monthly alert subscription. No problems, Lotfi, you're always welcome. Absolutely, you are always welcome, no problem. Look, I saw that many of you are trading for a long time, either even you're new or so. What do you think? What makes you, it's a general question to everyone, because I will come to the point. What do you think, what makes you not being a profitable? Can anybody have that realization so that I can get to the point? Seriously, yeah, very good, thank you. So what do you think, what makes you, like, what do you think that because of what reason you think that you are not profitable? Can anybody let me know so that I exactly know? John, 2 months, okay, very good. John, thank you for being here, awesome. So NZD USD, guys, if it is reaching 0.6256, let's keep it on the list. I think that we might see some movement to the upside now on NZD USD, and we could see some selling opportunity in this instrument. If it reach there, there will be a 4-hour candle close. Let it push up. The most common emotions, Myrock, yeah, okay, that's good. That's normal, okay, that's what it is, the emotion. Do you take trades in your live session? Yeah, absolutely, Vesas. Last time we took our trade on live session, AUD USD was a successful trade. The previous day also, I think we had a trade on gold. Yeah, definitely we take trade on live session, and also we take trade in our VIP channel also. Dex taking too much risk on BTC. Yeah, Lotfi, absolutely, yeah, need to, it's very important that understanding that is very important, okay. For example, I know the trend line, Danny, psychology, for example, I know the trend line and support and resistance that I follow on higher time frame, but when see lower time frame, then there is so much noise in the chart, blow it all. Yeah, absolutely, you see that. So I see that all of you are in the point. So the basic, the main thing that we need to keep in mind as a trader is, see, you need to master one time frame. This is the first thing you need to understand. You see the gold is now slowly going up, okay. See, mastering one time frame is very crucial, okay. Now the time frame is very important because when you are trading, see the candles look all same. See, look at 1 minute chart, they're almost the same. If you look at, let's say, GB, you see there, go closely, you will not understand the difference between this is a 1 minute candle and go to the 1 month candle. See, all look same, right? Now if you click, there are hundreds of time frame that you can see, and when you, let's say, when you're trading, okay, and then you start to look at all the time frames, it will puzzle you completely. Okay, it will completely puzzle you. Okay, we saw that NZUSD has broken to the upside. Let me see. Okay, Fazri, yeah, we'll discuss all of them. So look, the big thing is that firstly time frame. Okay, time frame is very important. In my journey, I did the same thing. You know, I remember when I was you know, trading in the beginning. First, you know, I thought that okay, I'll trade on the daily or 4 hour, and then I took a couple of trades. 1-2 days later, the trade is going wrong, and then I want to recover that loss, and then I jump onto slowly the lower time frame. I jump onto you know, first 1 hour trading in that, and it's still not, you know, losing money, and then jump onto further lower time frame. Sometimes I jump onto, you know, 5 minutes time, you know, sometimes 1 minute time frame to find a trade, just to, you know, recover the loss so that I can go back to where I was. And then, you know, sometime blowing out and then realizing that okay, what did I do that I could stick to the higher time frame? Why did I do that? I will start all over again and repeating the same mistake over and over and over again, and that's okay. That's okay. That's the main thing. See, what is the secret of everything that I told last time? I'm telling you again, is that, guys, is persistence. Okay, persistence. Now why? Because see, trading is a very different game that we have never learned. No one taught us, in fact. Okay, and it's completely, you know, that what I can say, that out of norm. Out of norm means like you go to the school, you learn how to do a job, how to do something, how to build something. There's a lot of things, and that's very good. We can survive in society, in country, in everywhere, but trading is very different. It has to be specifically designed for you to become a trader, because you see, let's say you are very habituated with this figure, right? Let's say like this. You know that this is a mug, a coffee mug, right? You know it very well, because your brain couple of times have seen the coffee mug, and it created a pathway in your brain to recognize this pattern, right? That's how you recognize a coffee mug. So wherever you see a coffee mug at the top of the tree, or in a restaurant, or in your house, you can recognize that coffee mug. Now the way we are wired in school, in home, in society, everywhere, is to buy when the price is low, sell when the price is high. Okay, very simple. For example, let's say go to the supermarket like we do, everyone, I also do. Today the price is $15. Okay, tomorrow I saw there is yesterday was $15, today I saw there's a discount, let's say $5, and we will be buying, right? So that's the norm. The price is low, buy. And this is where the coffee mug, that wherever you see a coffee mug, you'll recognize that pattern. Your brain will recognize this as a coffee mug. Now exactly in the similar way, because our brain is wired in that way, it is also reflected in our trading. Okay, we want to sell when there is a top, we want to buy when there is a dip. But as a matter of fact, trading is very, very different, and that's why you need to completely rewire your brain to become a trader. Now the question is, how can you rewire your brain? See, the way you can practice is, instead of thinking about pricing, let's say, the gold price, you see this is the gold price, where you can see the price is 1845.4347. This is the gold price. And instead of thinking about pricing, forget about pricing, think about the trend. Okay, now the way I clearly understand is, for example, let's say the price is here, this is 4 kilo, and think in terms of weight gain or spores or something like that. When the price is here, add 2 more kilo, so the lower, the heavier, 6 kilo. Now again, when the price is here, add another 2 kilo, is 8 kg or kilo, right? So what that means is that the lower it is coming, the heavier it becoming, means that the faster it will drop. Okay, so then instead of thinking about the price, think in terms of weight putting on it. Whenever it is going down, there are more weight coming on the market, there's a high probability for price to drop. So there are many other ways you can rewire your brain, that basically you need to think of buying in an uptrend, selling in a downtrend, instead of buying at the top, instead of selling at the top, buying at the bottom. Okay, so this is the very important aspect. And in terms of patience, okay guys, you need to give yourself some time. This is what I tell you, that you have to give yourself some time. There is no other way. Yeah, our brain is very good at, but because it's a new things, just give yourself some time, allow yourself, and then you can become easily profitable trader. Once you become very trained, it becomes much easier. Okay, so you need to accept the fact that we make mistake. Don't force yourself that, shit, I'm not being able to do that, why I'm doing that, and then you're gonna do more and more of that. So this is the key points as a trader, is to give yourself time. When you make mistake, accept it, and then allow yourself just to move forward, instead of what I can say, instead of forcing yourself not to do that. Because once you just stay long enough, you will automatically learn how not to make mistake. Good morning, bro. I think I'm not patient enough to enter the trade. You are patient. Okay, see, do one thing. I'll give you a practice, see if you can do that. Coach, can gold still reverse? That could be. So I want to enter. Thank you. For trading at time and think you need to trade all time of a small account. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, that's true, Mansuki. I understand. I thank you for the lesson. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, there is a bank holiday on USA that's also impacting the volatility in the market. Yeah, that's true. So basically, couple of things that I mentioned. You need to, firstly, for patience, see, let's say if you think that you are impatient, say that I'm patient. change that script. That only way you can change that. So until you define yourself that you are not patient, for example, you will remain impatient. First you need to define yourself the way you want to be, and then you become. It's the way it is, very simple. See, you know that there are many things we all think I also like that, but I'm saying that, for example, if I say, okay, I'm not good enough, I'm not a good trader, I'm not patient, I'm not making money, I'm not applying the strategy, I'm not putting the stop loss, I'm losing money. You see, all those sentences that I'm saying is, you might say, okay, that's true, but in fact this is what in fact changing my reality, right? What you can do is change those, first write down in a piece of paper that say that, okay, I am patient. Instead of thinking that you are not patient, say I am patient. Like, defy that notion that you have in your mind that you are not patient. Write it down. That's right. Say I am patient. Okay, I'm making money. Yes, 5 days ago, let's say you took 10 trades over the last 7 days. The first one was winner, the 9 trade was loser, right? Now you write down in a piece of paper, I'm making money. How? 10 days ago I make a trade that was a winner. Wow, that's amazing. Write it down in a piece of paper. This is how anything is possible, and every people who are successful in every area in their life, either as a trader or in any kind of affair in our life, is by focusing on the thing is positive. Positive means what is working, because if you pay attention, what you pay attention will grow. This is according to quantum physics. Okay, what you pay attention will grow, and our attention creates the reality of our life. So what you pay attention will grow. Like, if you pay attention to the that you are losing a lot of trades, you started to lose energy very soon you become demotivated, and you started to give up, you start to think to give up. So you need to focus on the things that is going well and stick to it, and then you'll see that you start to grow. So this is one thing. Always just change your internal dialogue. Either it's wrong or right, change it in your favor. Okay, you are patient, you are positive, you are making money, you are doing well. That delude yourself, that I can say. Some people said it. And then you start to see the proof, because this is how everything works. What you will pay attention, you start to prove. That's what's happening. And it's a journey. Being a trader is a journey. It's not a one-day job. So to stick to the game, you need to change your internal dialogue, and then you can stay to the game. You become. Okay, you become. Trust me, you don't need anything else. Just stick to the game. They said that if you hang out long enough in a barber shop, you will have a haircut, no doubt. So stick to the barber shop. If they close the shop, sleep on the street until the morning, and the barber shop will open in the morning. They will cut your hair. Only by sticking to the game, anything is possible. Trust me. So let's look at okay, see, Samit, you see that I'm not confident of the trade that I take. So can you do one thing, Samit? Just write on the chat, just write that I'm confident of the trade that I take. Just change that sentence, see what happened. Just say that I'm confident of the trade that I take. Just by mistake write it on the chat and see what happened. So this is where you need to work out, where you are writing, where you are thinking about you as a trader. So it's all about what you think inside you is determining your fate. Okay, we see that NZD/USD, when we're talking, there has been, we can take a trade on NZD/USD. Really the same thing. I'm not confident enough when comes to take profit. Okay, Willie, write down on the chat, say that I'm confident enough when it comes to take profit. Trust me, it will change a whole thing. Just okay, I'm writing on behalf of you. So Samit said that I'm not confident of the trade that I take at Sumit. Okay, so what I will say that, so what you need to say, I am confident of the trade that I take. Okay, so this is what for you. And for Will, okay, so what you need to say is I am confident enough when it comes to take profits. Okay, so now these are the two sentences that you need to think about. Now look, now what you are saying that I'm not confident to take the trade. So you said that, now you said I'm confident of the trade that I take. Now you need to look for the proof of this. Okay, that's how everything works. That's how everything happens. Okay, trust me. See, Muhammad Khalid said I have problem to patience. I have problem with patience to hold the trade. So you need to change the language like this, Muhammad Khalid. So you need to say that I do not have any problem with patience to hold the trade. You see, so you need to say like this. Okay, so what I see that what I'm trying to figure out, trying to make you understand, is that our internal dialogue about anything is expressing in the outer world. Okay, that's called the mirror principle of reality. That, so you need to first of all believe that you are doing very well. Okay, you are doing very well. Find one proof that is at the corner of your trading account that you are doing well, and stick to the notion and work on it, and it will happen. That's how you become a profitable trader. Okay, so hopefully that you understood what I mean. Ask more question, no problem. Okay, we see that US oil let me look at, okay, so we'll see a candle coming close, candle close coming up. Aussie CAD, I see that Aussie yen, there is significant movement may happen with Aussie yen. This market is significantly bullish. See that AUD getting very stronger, like AUD USD. Just looking at all of them to see. Okay, we see there's some bullish move coming on gold, and okay, so from euro dollar, you see that euro dollar already has false breakout of this support. I think also the market also coming, preparing for a bullish move on. So you see that euro dollar basically did that, has broken this double bottom, and after breaking this double bottom, creating this overextended, we saw this has been significant movement here as well. So this is where the patience is, guys, that I talk about. You see this euro dollar we were discussing, but we didn't see this trade. There is a double bottom here. Okay, it's a very important support level on euro dollar. Now from the double bottom, what we have seen that the price now just a couple of minutes ago has come to the same level. It's a big lesson to understand. And see, the price has come to that level, has crossed the double bottom, and then if you closely look at it, you see that price grab liquidity and then closed above. You see that breaking all these two candles low and close above, and that's the starting of a new movement. say if we trade like that, say if you go along with this stop loss below this low, which is in fact amazing trade on Eurodollar, almost 5 times profitable trade. So we see a candle close coming up now. Okay, GJ looks like that. This is 1 hour candle which is forming a middleman. Okay, so GJ is showing a bullish momentum slowly now. Okay, okay, AUD CAD, one of you asked for AUD CAD, looks like that a bit more bullish. There is one here, you can see there is a huge liquidity gap here and then created this bullish engulfer. We see significantly 2 bullish engulfer followed by a red candle. Now this one also a bullish engulfer. So looks like that AUD CAD preparing for a bit more stronger move to the upside. And from the weekly also you see looks like that it might break this weekly resistance level on AUD CAD. Now daily also you see that, which is, it looks like that AUD CAD might go a lot to the upside. Okay, AUD CAD looks like a stronger. AUD CHF in the same way, showing significant bullish price action. Okay, Aussie yen. Looks like that AUD getting stronger as there's no news coming up on AUD, but looks like that it's getting stronger against most of the pairs. Just looking at all of them to see which one is okay. Where do you see that gold? This is the closed candle, which is In the last moment we saw some strong bullish move on gold. See, this movement here is significantly bullish. Okay, a couple of times gap opening, and there is, you see, there is also a weakless candle here as well. So look like that gold you can see there is a, on the 1 hour there is a strong bullish candle, bullish engulfer. So gold is bullish. Okay, anyone trade euro today? Yeah, very much agree with your last statement. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for that. Yeah, 100% true. Positive self is very important. Yeah, absolutely. Shit, thank you. Maybe, yeah, must use the law of assumption. Yeah, thank you very much. Absolutely, absolutely. We're meeting tomorrow. Rate hike likely. Yeah, I think so. From Australia, RBA, reverse pen, Australia. Yeah, Willie, thank you. Yeah, that's the way. So RBA, Reserve Bank of Australia. Yeah, yeah, I'm also in Sydney. Yeah, so about Elliott wave, there's still something. Okay, Elliott wave theory. Okay. So Elliott wave is like it's the simplest way to understand is, see, there is nothing complicated. See, the Elliott wave theory says that so when you see an impulse, there is some, you know, like detailed literature, but if I summarize, because you know that when you are trading you don't have time to think about how many waves, is it longer or smaller, you don't have that much of time sometimes, especially if you are trading on a very lower time frame, right? So in a simplest term that I'll say that Elliott wave is like when you have a wave correction, there will have another wave correction. And what I saw in my experience that one impulse, two, after the third impulse normally the price come back to break this low. Okay, and then you'll see that the price again going up. So let me show you. This is what I learned from Elliott with nothing more than this. So what I have learned that after normally back to back three impulse, normally in most cases you see that the trend get tired. See, there's one here, two, and see that three is not going anymore. Okay, in the three it's not going. So basically after the third wave, the bulls or bears get tired. So you see, if you closely look at inside, you'll see this metal things happening. So this not always you can't practically apply that. It just to understand how the market might behave in the future, but I really don't find as concrete proof on it. Okay, concrete reliability, nothing is reliability in trading in concrete. The way I trade is, see, there are a couple of things. Trust me, I have a couple of kind of strategy that I showed you sometime. Okay, so one of my strategy that I use, this one, you see my history on trading in a smaller account, how I consistent gain. Okay, this is what I use. This is one of my strategy. Okay, so how do I accurately predict the market is, what I do is basically I use price action purely with timing. Okay, see, timing is key. I'm telling you, price action with timing. So what do I mean by price action with timing? See, for example, a candle, couple of things, there are many things that you need to understand. For example, if I go to this gold price, okay, now let's assume that this candle, okay, let me go to the Gbpusd and tell you. You see this middleman, this middleman is for me $1 million middleman. Okay, why? Because this candle formed just 3 or 4 sessions earlier than NFP. Okay, if you review the chart, you'll see that that is where the secret is. Not only the price action, but also the event. Okay, see, this is where you can apply the real skill of being a businessman. A trader is in fact a businessman. Okay, if you are selling, let's say, mask, okay, let's say you are a mask seller of maybe COVID-19 or anything like that, and you want to sell mask, you are an entrepreneur or a businessman. Now you know that tomorrow there will be World Cup event in Chicago or in London or somewhere. Tomorrow after lunchtime there will be an event. Today there are flights coming from all around the world, and as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, what are you gonna do? You go to the airport zone, wait for the flight to arrive, and then unpack your mask, see how much sale you can get. And that is what you need to understand as a trader. Event, timing, along with the price action, because the price action will give you almost a similar kind of signal in the last session of the weekend, in the first session of the weekend, in the middle of the weekdays, Monday morning, Monday evening, almost same. But when you combine with the event, what's coming up, what's the timing, when this candle has formed, why this candle has formed, that is where you know that this candle is gonna be manifesting. Okay, this is going to manifest a good money in your account, and that is where you trade. So to do that, that's what I'm telling you, environment is very important. That's why I created a VIP chat group, and many of the traders that posting here in this chat is part of that group, and they share a lot of ideas. And that's why important environment is very important, who you are trading with. If you are trading alone or maybe in a random group where that most of them may be just spending some casual time, then probably you may not find the proper information. That's why I sometimes that's why I'm inviting you to join us in our VIP channel, where you have a VIP chat group. You have an opportunity to interact with all the traders trading in us, and that's how you understand how this price action with news events and many other things works. And we have a specific strategy explaining exactly how this news event and price action you can combine together to understand the price movement. And that's how I approach instead of any other thing. So this is where a very important point. And I know that I have traded with many traders, professional traders. Every professional traders who are profitable think exactly in the same way. Okay, so looking at GU, we see that the market is moving in a sideways. Okay, and from the 1 hour limit. Okay, so looks like that we might see bullish momentum on GU, and we see that gold also showing some bullish move on this one. So you saw a double bottom on gold on the 1 hour from this 20 EMA. We see gold is slowly creating a bullish move, and we had a trade at around 1845, and let me see if we need to open again. We'll be opening. Okay guys, so what I see that on this data, so we see that AUD is very stronger. It's good. I'm just looking at all of them to see. Okay, so in conclusion, what I have seen that gold is in fact showing significant bullish move. Okay, and what I see that basically okay, dollar CAD, I think USD CAD also will come down. From the daily we see there is a pin bar here on the daily, and I think USD CHF also doing the same thing. Yeah, the USD CHF should be also coming down back to back 2 dojis with a lower high. So basically dollar CAD and dollar Swiss franc both showing downward movement. Salim Sheikh, the extreme lack of money, that's fine. You will learn it. You will learn essential and psychology. But could you please have a look at Gbpusd? Yeah, Mohammed, absolutely. Oh, gold generally moves in line with AUD. Yeah, in most cases, yeah, absolutely. Okay, Salim Sheikh, extreme lack of money. And I don't think that Salim Sheikh you have lack of money management. I'm sure that you are a good money manager. Okay, so affirm yourself that you are good at it, and then you become. Okay, so let me look at good CHFJPY. I'll look at it. So CHFJPY, we see that this market basically there is a daily movement. We see that today after going up again coming back down, what I think that CHFJPY we could see some downward move again, grabbing liquidity, and then we could see a bullish move. Okay, so as you can see, this market what it could do, CHFJPY, we might see another attempt to break this support. Okay, highly likely that this price will come down, break this support, and then it will go up. Okay, so this is what happened normally when you see this kind of, you know, the price tried to break the high, couldn't do that, and it will come back down again to break the low, and then you'll see that it will go up again. So CHFJPY, I will be opening buy position. As I mentioned yesterday, I was supposed to go long, but I didn't go long because the way it was forming, I know that that's gonna come back again. I think that this market highly likely will come back down again, will break this support, and then will give us, or will consolidate for some time. Okay, like that, and then we'll, you know, break this support, and then we'll create this bullish move. Yeah, of course, why not? You can start with trading with a smaller account is better. That's what I recommend. No, trading is a smaller account is much better than anything else. Okay, because in the beginning there's a lot of blowing, so smaller account means less risk. Okay guys and girls, so in the meantime, if anyone is looking for a regulated broker, there is a link in the description area for Ever Trade. You can use our link there to join them. They are regulated. You can start trading with your minimum deposit, and so your account will be in a safe hand. They are regulated. Thank you very much for your support to the channel. Okay, Mainul sir, would you please let us know the strategy to trade? Yeah, absolutely, Mainul. Manjula, yes, I can let you know the strategy, but this strategy is just not a, you know, that it's a video that I need to explain with. There are rules in it. It's a full it's a formula. Okay, so you can access them if when you are a lifetime member from your student dashboard. You can access them to trade it, available for you to experience. So what's your yep, so the BIP signal timing is basically in mainly in New York session and London session, and some signals given on the Tokyo session or New York session sometime, but mostly on London session and New York session. Okay, so let me look at so what I see guys, that today, as you know, that there's a bank holiday on US, so there is a little bit of low volatility, but that's fine. We have got a clear idea of tomorrow about the GBP, CAD and USD. Tomorrow will be extremely volatile day as AUD news coming up, and really good day, so we will not miss anything guys. I will be on it for all of you, and in the meantime, if you want to be on board, there is a link in the description. You can visit the website, click join now button, and then join us if you want to be on the part of that game. So with that said guys, I'm gonna end this session today for today, as I still be on the market to see what's happening. And make sure you subscribe to the channel and also press that bell button so that you don't miss out any of the updates that we are releasing and all the content. And I'll see you again tomorrow in this live session. Hopefully that tomorrow we'll have some good trade as well. Today the market is a bit sideways, so we didn't open. Tomorrow we'll have, hopefully that we will be opening trades. So with that said, I'm gonna end this session. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow in this live session, and again, stay well, stay happy.